Vixen tape ends. Vixen tape ends. Y'all seen it here, guys. Vixen tape ends. Why is it Vixen tape ends? Because you have the versatility of multiple styles in one install. Hey guys, it's Michi and I'm back with another video. If you guys saw my last video, it was on tape ends, and today I'm gonna show you another tape end video, but it's gonna be the tape ends done in a up-down hairstyle. So I'm just gonna get started, and what I'm gonna do first is just straighten her hair out. I'm just gonna go through it with one pass, just to get it straight enough to add the tape ends. So because I'm gonna do a up-down style with her tape ends, I'm going to actually part her hair off to where it would be parted for the up-down style. And then I'm gonna add the tape ends to the back first, and then I'm gonna add the tape ends to the top. That way she has a clean part when I comb her ponytail back. And then I'm just gonna pin this hair out of the way, because we're gonna worry about taping this section last. So after you separate your top from your back, the next section you wanna do is the perimeter, to make sure that when she pulls the tape ends up into a ponytail, you don't see the tape ends, because we want as much versatility as we can get with this style. So up, down, single ponytail, or she can wear it down. So of course the hair I'm gonna be using is by Posh Collection, and this is the Vietnamese raw Bodywave tape ends. And then I'm gonna add a little bit color to the front of her hair, but I plan to get about maybe 2 bundles of tape ends in her hair. We'll see how it goes, but maybe between 2.5 bundles of hair for her tape ends. So now before I actually start taping it in her hair, I'm just gonna make sure that I have enough of her perimeter out to where it's going to cover up the tape. So you don't wanna start taping before you check this, because then if you put the tapes around her hair and her perimeter is not covering up, then you're gonna have to remove the tapes. So as you can see, you can't see the tape. So again, we are going to place her tape ends away from her scalp. And you just want to lift the hair, and whatever lifts with it is what you'll stick between the tapes. You want to make sure you have a straight part, because you don't want any hairs to be pulling from any areas, because that's what will cause breakage. You also don't need to force any hair into the tape. Whatever the tape grabs, that's what you grab, and you'll go on top of it with another tape. So if you guys saw my first video, then you would notice that I was going across the tape with my comb, but now I have my own tool, Posh Collection. So it's actually easier for me to go on top of the tape and smash them together. So again, away from the scalp, lift the tape, and whatever natural hair follows, that's what you grab. And just clean up your part. Go on top of it. Your second tape. Then use your pliers to seal it together. Okay, so remember, just based on how you are styling your client's hair is how you have to put the tape ends in their hair. You can't put the tape ends in the same way on everybody, so you want to make sure you're doing a consultation prior to adding the tape ends so you'll know your placement. Placement is very important, and again, remember we are doing an up-down style. So if you saw my last YouTube video on tape ends, you'll notice I am doing the placement much different from how I did it in the first video. Okay, so I am close to one of my parting areas. So again, because we're doing an up down, you want to make sure you are not crossing that part, and you want to make sure you have enough hair available that you can cover up that tape without it showing. Okay, so I am almost at the top to where her part is, but I may try to see if I can get like maybe a couple more, maybe about 3 more. But I want to make sure I'm leaving her hair out right here for coverage, but I'm gonna try to get about 3 more tapes in the back before I start on my top section. Okay, so now I'm done with the back area. So now I'm just gonna tape the top of her hair. So my goal is to put the tapes in where she can still wear her hair down, or she could wear the up down hairstyle or pull it in a ponytail or a bun. So let's see if I can accomplish that and get enough tapes in for coverage. So I'm just getting this hair out of the way since we're done with the back section. Okay, so this parting is gonna be kind of tricky. I'm gonna do a middle part, so I wanna make sure I'm leaving hair out in the middle. And then I also have to leave hair out on the sides and then on the other side for coverage. So there's only gonna be a small section where I could put tapes at, but I should be able to get enough to where it doesn't look thin and it looks full for her hairstyle. So my first part at the top, I'm just gonna do like what I call a teardrop, where it starts a little more narrow in the front and it gets wider as you go towards the back. I don't need a lot of hair out in the front because it only has to cover this small section, but you want to make sure you put more hair out in the middle and towards the back because it has to cover so many different areas. It has to cover the sides as well as the back. Okay, so I'm done with this side, but remember you can only see the tapes because this is her leave out. Once I take her leave out of the clip, it's going to cover the tapes and you won't see the tapes. So I'm finished with this side and I'm just gonna start the other side. So guys, if you remember the Vixen sew-ins that were out, this is pretty much how you're doing your placement. You're parting the back and your sides. Typically you would do it with 4 sections, but we only needed 3 sections because we're just trying to do an up-down style. But if you actually remember the sew-in Vixen, this is pretty much the same thing. So we're gonna call this a tape-in Vixen. And as you know, with the Vixen, your placement, your hair placement is very important. So that's why I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like it's a Vixen because of the hair placement and to make sure that you have coverage in all areas. Okay, so I put all my tapes in. So we have one section over here, another section over here, and then we have our larger section in the back. So when I take down her leave out, it's going to cover both sides as well as the back. And I'm just gonna go through it and do some blending so that her hair blends in with the tape ends. And what I also wanna do, I'm gonna go into her front and just add a little bit of color where she already has color in her hair. So she can wear it down with the middle part. She can wear it up in a full sleek ponytail. And then the final style I'm gonna show you guys is gonna be the up down do. Look at that. Look how flat that is. Tape ends are supposed to lay flat. If they don't lay flat, then your placement is incorrect. So let's give her her final style. Okay guys, so I'm going to add her color tape ends in her hair, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a single-sided tape in, which means there's only gonna be one tape with hair on it. The other side is just going to be the tape. So it's not gonna be smashed in between 2 pieces of hair. It's gonna be smashed in between hair and a tape, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do that. You could also do this technique on people who have like finer hair and they don't want their tape ends to be thick, or if their hair is fine and you don't want to put a lot of weight on it, you could use a single-sided tape. So again, I'm just adding a piece of color to the front. Okay, so remember, I'm just going to do a single-sided tape with hair. So you still apply it the same way, but instead of using another piece of hair, I'm going to get a single side tape. So I'm only using a tape to seal her hair in. And then you're going to close it with the pliers. And there you have it. Okay guys, so this completes my look. This is the up down with the tape ends, but I love the idea of calling this a tape in vixen because you have that same process from the vixen sew in. So you may see that in the title. So I use all Posh Collection products. I use the Vietnamese Bodywave hair. We also have other textures available. I also use all Posh Collection products. So make sure you guys go to iloveposhcollection.com or check out the description section to purchase those products. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at MadAboutMeechie, as well as follow me on IG at MadAboutMeechie. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you next time.